So Toby, last week you said you should have an answer to a certain question today. Rhys Webb, what's the extent of his injury?
He has an operation today. So he'll have an operation today which will take him out of action for a couple of months. So yeah, that's really disappointing for him at a critical time for us and a critical time for him. So yeah, that's really disappointing.
So out for the rest of the season, unlikely to miss prospective Lions tour?
You said that, not me. I'm not going to tell Rhys when he can or can't be. It's just like telling Alan Wynne that he won't be back in time. Those boys have pretty unique super healing powers, those two in particular. So, they're ready when they're ready, but it'll be a couple of months for sure.
I was going to say, so with regards to the medical professionals then, it will be a significant injury that takes him out for the season.
It will.
Okie doke. How is he feeling?
As you'd expect, really. Obviously, initial disappointment, but he's been around a bit, Webby, and he understands that it's part of it. And after the initial disappointment, he's already preempting his rehab and getting things in a row to get him back as quickly as possible, because he is very, very professional around, him, his performance and his body. So, yeah, he's lining things up and moving on as quickly as he can,
Okay, so fingers crossed that the operation is successful and that he can move on and to hopefully recover in time for a possible Lions call-up. Yeah,
that's what we hope. We just want him back. Those sort of things take care of themselves, and I know you're looking for me to nail the colours to the cross, which I can't do. I'm not doing the operation. B, I'm not medically qualified to answer, and C, I can't. So from that point of view, it's just about he'll be back when he's back. I know that the time frames are, in excess of 2 months, which is really disappointing.
Okay. Stephen Myler, chest injury. Will he be available for Friday?
No. Yeah, again, that's a management of soreness above structural stuff. So he's definitely too sore to go this weekend. We can only control the controllables. It's a very physical game. It does bring into question your squad depth, which is a very popular subject at the Ospreys, as it is with a lot of Welsh regions, as you know. So we're certainly tested for sure, and we're hopeful we can get some of those back as soon as possible. But we know where Webby's scenario is. Steve's different, but. Luke Price played exceptionally well on Friday. So, as one door closes, another one opens, and we've got to keep that positive mindset around that, because that's all we can control.
Is there anyone coming back from injury for the Leinster?
Yes, I have some good news. Now you've obviously put me into the, into the red and into the negativity part. No, the good news is Sam Parry's back. Kieran Williams is back. So we've got some better resources there, which is exciting. We've still got a couple that are carrying a little bit of residual. Obviously, when you're getting people back. When you're getting people that haven't played too much, there's always a big physical load, because it's almost a shock to the system. So we've still got to tick off a few boxes on a few minor bits and pieces, but to have those two back is good for us.
Good. With regards to Wales and the Ospreys players that are with the Wales squad, do you know if anyone will be released to you this weekend to ease some of those injury troubles?
Owen Watkins back with us. So Owen's back with us, and by that everyone else is away.
Okay, no problem. So let's touch on Glasgow last weekend then. Something rang true to me really. Your previous comments on lasting the full 80. Your boys came out with such drive, determination, a really good lead at the break, and the hunger to get back in the game when the chips were down. It was a gutting result. But you must be so proud. Oh,
I was so proud of him, and as I said, it was bittersweet. I said this in the post game, in the fact that we're in the business of winning games. I'm never going to be satisfied, and nor should anyone be at the Ospreys if we lose. But in relation to the context of the game and the nature of the people that were out there, as I said at the post match, the Mighty Ducks went exceptionally well around the around the effort and intensity, and they'll gain a lot from that. And we had opportunities to give ourselves a chance at the final knock-ins, and the exciting bit is what you see there, and we managed to convert pressure into points, which we hadn't done in the first two games. So there's definitely progress there, but not satisfied for sure.
Yeah, I think it was definitely the manner of the defeat that sort of, like you say, it's just a gutting result, an absolute gutting result. However, your Luke Prices, really did step up to the mark.
Yeah, no, without doubt. And he was Joe Hawking. You've got a 19-year-old in the centre, and you've the sort of performances that he put in. I thought the bench made a big impact, which is good, because you need that from a relative strength in depth point of view. Reece Henry, first ever expedition out there. Garen Phillips, at loose head, which was brilliant. I think there was a lot of positive. The back five of those scrum, those boys. So Rhys Davis, Will Griffiths, and Lloyd Ashley, they're turning in massive numbers from a work rate point of view. So as well as being, the boys were obviously massively connected to what they were doing. I'm gutted. The thing that I'm gutted about is it took a monumental effort, but it takes a monumental effort every week, and they delivered that effort, and we come up short. So we need to learn how to get past that.
Yeah, lots of positives to take anyway. So Leinster this weekend, they really are the high flyers in the competition and have been for some time now. It's going to be a tough contest for your young squad this weekend.
Yeah, obviously, they've got a final to look forward to, and various bits and pieces, and they're much further down the track in their progression, and they are, as you say, a benchmark for people to measure yourself against.
So it will be a good benchmark for you guys to see how your young guns are getting on.
Yeah, but I think I already know that, if I'm honest. I think the young guns, but again, it is another opportunity to move forward as a group and see how much we can transfer on a weekly basis. The one thing I would celebrate around this group is learned its lessons pretty quickly, which is a sign of a team that's got potential, and we need to keep pushing that potential from potential into performance wins, and that's part of that.
Talking of Leinster, their former under-19s captain Will Hickey has signed for you this season. Another exciting young prospect to add to your ranks. Yeah,
I've made no secret about where we're going on this journey, which is why I can be pragmatic about the questions you ask about, where we are and what we're going. We're taking a short and a long-term view, and the long-term view involves recruiting high-quality talent into the base of your talent pyramid, and that to get him come on a trial. He's been impressive in the trial, got a lot to learn, but very hungry, very determined, and brings something a little bit different actually, which is great from a cultural point of view. So to have a little bit more diversity, I think, brings something else to the group.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that has been clear since you've come in as head coach. Obviously, the identity that you're trying to create at the Ospreys, like you say, is a moving picture and something that needs to be worked on. But what will your message be to the lads before the game on Friday night?
Well, we always talk about taking pride in our performance. So when we look back at it, we need to be proud of what we do. And it's based on a few fundamentals that we know that have to be there every week to make us competitive. We've not got the deepest squad. We've not got, we've not necessarily got the names of everybody else. But what we have got is a group that's very tight, and a group that wants to work for each other, and a group that's very clear on what's expected of them, and an identity of play. So if they stay true to that, then it comes down to who performs the best. And that's basically what we say, not just this week, but every week.
Good luck this Friday.
Thank you.
Tobias Marketers, is it a question of same again at Loosehead, or might you have someone extra back?
Well, Mystic Molly was out earlier, and obviously she can probably predict this. No, we're going back we'll be back where we were from last week. It's exciting. I thought those two young loose heads, obviously the one got a bang and an HIA is fine. So those two youngsters will go, and I thought they produced, at times a heroic performance considering where they are, and that bodes well for us. As I say, we know more about them, and often it's better to get thrown in at the deep end to see what you've got. So, I'm really excited about them because they produce some high quality moments between them in the game.
Yeah, you called Rhys Henry's display amazing in your post-match interview, and it was because he hadn't played for the Ospreys before at senior level, had he?
No, he hadn't, and he's shown some very, very good things outside of the set piece, and with young props in particular, or young front row, is always a balancing act between exposure and learning, and to go and do that. And what he's done in training to add to his stuff outside of the scrum and line out was, we can now tick that box, or tick the next stage of that box to move forward because we know more about him.
And just last question, really, on Rhys. You must be gutted for him, really, given the effort that he's put in, how well he played after being sort of dropped from the Wales setup, and everything seemed to be fitting into place, and then your fate turned against him. Yeah,
I mean, Rhys, when I've seen, obviously by getting to know him, the thing that was very evident as soon as I walked through the door was how much of a competitor he was, and how much he enjoys playing rugby. Like he's playing the first game. He plays the game now like it's his first game. So from that point of view, I think that speaks well of how much he loves to play. And his preparation matches that. What I've learned from him is how resilient he has become in relation, or that I didn't know, and he's around disappointment, and also he's stepped up and put pressure on other people to perform around him, so he has leadership potential that I was less aware of. So yeah, it's a massive disappointment, but I feel lucky to have him, and lucky for the influence he has around. So even when he's injured, once he's able to move around, he'll come and play a part off the field as well as on it.